Yo YouTube, what's going on? In this video we have my official NBA 2K20 build. This is going to be by far, I promise you, by far the best post scorer build that you can make in the game. It's definitely like a top 3 center build you can make in the game. I'm not going to say any certain center build is the best build you can make because it kind of depends on what you want to be able to do. But let me tell you right now, this is definitely a top build. This build can actually do everything. I spent a lot of time analyzing the different builds and seeing which one really stood out to me, and this one by far can do everything, and on top of that is the most efficient post scorer, so you cannot go wrong with this build. We're gonna get right into this thing. So we're gonna be a center, we're gonna be right-handed. If you want to be left-handed, that's kind of up to you. It's just gonna affect things like your post fadeaway, which direction you shoot in different animations, that kind of thing. But getting right into it, like I said, we are gonna be a center. And this is the pie chart we're going to use. It's the second one. We're going to hop right into it like I said. The second pie chart. Let me know down below in the comments though if you guys want another video. I'm kind of undecided on if I want to do it or not. Another video where I compare, this build and the other different post scoring builds that you can make, and talk about the advantages of each build, the disadvantages of each build, what I like, what I don't like, that kind of thing. Because for example, one build that looks probably really appealing for a potential post score is probably this build right here. But let me tell you, I personally think this is a terrible post scoring build. So if you guys want to know why I think that, let me know down below. I can make that video where I compare the different builds. I personally think this one is by far the best one. You guys will be able to post people up. You're going to be a pretty decent shooter. You're playing good defense, and you have pretty decent rebounding. It's literally everything. Everything you can think of, this build has. Let's hop right on into this thing right now. So now your physical profile, I personally don't see any reason if you're going to be a post scorer why you would make anything other than max strength. So these are your two options. Me personally, I think this one is the better one. You get 54 speed, 54 vertical, 48 acceleration. Or you can lose 12 vertical to go up 5 in speed and acceleration. I don't think it's worth it. I think this one's much better, well-rounded. Now I know a lot of you guys are going to say, Giuseppe, you're going to be so slow. People always tell me that every single year, especially when you kind of see how tall I'm going to make this player. I know a lot of people are going to say you're too slow. You're too slow. They tell me that every single year. I'm comfortable with how slow the player is. If you want your player faster, make him shorter, change this up, whatever you guys want to do to make your player faster. This is my build. This is how I'm structuring it. If you guys want to tweak a couple of things, if you want to kind of go in the same direction as me but tweak some stuff, feel free. You don't have to make the exact thing if you don't like it. I'm comfortable with how fast it is. If you guys want something faster, make your build faster. Now these attributes right here, it's very strategic on how you apply these attributes. You don't necessarily just want to apply attributes to everything you want. For example, me personally going into this demo, I had in mind that I probably wasn't really going to upgrade my post hook too much. Maybe to like a 60 was the initial plan, so I can use those attribute points somewhere else. Because I don't do post hooks that often. Most of the time when I'm in the paint, if a post hook's available, a fade is also available, or a post layup. One of those two will work in the place of a post hook. And 90% of the time if I'm taking a post hook, it's pretty much going to be an open post hook. I don't need a high post hook. So I didn't really have intentions of upgrading this because I felt like I could use it somewhere else. Now the problem with that though is you have to keep in mind your badge upgrades. Sometimes you might have to upgrade something a little bit that you don't really want to upgrade just to get the number of badge upgrades that you guys want. So keep that in mind when you're making your build. Definitely something to look at. But looking at different attributes, I'm going to be upgrading. It took me a while here, very strategic, and you guys are going to see here in just a second. So shot close is obviously going to be maxed. I wasn't going to drop that at all. Driving layup, we're going to take to a 61, precisely a 61. Driving dunk, we're not going to touch. Standing dunk is going to get maxed out. You better be dunked on some motherfuckers. Let me drop step, and then it's over. We're done. Post hook, looking at the post hook, we're going to slide this thing up to about an 83. An 83. And now why specifically an 83, you ask? Because if you move this down at all, you're losing a badge point. You're stuck. You're stuck like Chuck. So you got to have that for the 18 finishing badges. Now looking at one thing with this build though, is when I get to the badges, I'm going to show you guys my badges. You guys will see the badges. How they're set up. We use all the badges except for 3 in the finishing. They're kind of left over. They're kind of miscellaneous. You can put them where you want based on how you want to do it. So if you don't want those 3 finishing badges, maybe you don't care about your post hook so much, you're not worried about standing dunks, you can lower something here and put it somewhere else if you want to go down. You need at least 15 finishing badges though. So keep that in mind. 15 is the magic number for finishing badges at the bare minimum. Going into shooting, 16 shooting badges we need. We need 16 shooting badges. So if you increase this medium range shot up to a clean 73, you max this thing out right here, and you max out your post fadeaway, you're going to get about 16. And now this isn't bad shooting numbers either, so you're going to be a versatile player. You're going to be able to score down low in the post, obviously. This is by far the most versatile post repertoire you can have is this build right here. I promise you guys. No other build is as versatile in the post as this build. They might excel a little bit better, you know, at finishing the paint with a post-up shot or shot close. They might have a little bit better fadeaway, or they might have a little bit better post moves, which is going to be like your spins and such. But this one's going to be the most well-rounded and versatile by far. I promise you guys. You guys are going to see. I promise you. Just bear with me. Stay with me now. So this is what we're looking at. 90 post fade. Can't go wrong with that. And this is some good shooting numbers. You can shoot on the ones with this. On the twos, it makes it versatile. You can space the floor. You can pick and pop. Very efficient. Pro-am, you're going to be space the floor if you guys want to space up the floor. So it makes you a more versatile player. Pass accuracy is going to go up to a clean 50. And then post moves, of course, we're going to max out. Now, pass accuracy, I don't personally think need this much pass accuracy because I feel like you're going to be able to make passes fine anyway. So you guys want to hire because you feel like you need it, feel free, but I don't think it's a huge issue. As long as you're not throwing full court passes that you're going to rebound. I personally don't do that, so I don't see a personal need in it. And definitely if you're playing ones, you feel like you might not need it at all, so you would think, let me put this on 0. But again, remember, we got to get these badges. There's some badges in there that you guys are going to see we need. We need some of those badges. So if you put it at about a clean 50, this is a pretty good medium. We're going to be able to get some badges that you need without wasting too many attributes on something you really don't have a desire to upgrade. But if you're playing ones, there's no sense in pass accuracy, obviously. I know some of you post scorers out there only play one. You don't need this, but just kidding. You actually do. We need some badges. Moving on. Defensive rebound. This is simple. I'm not even going to bother wasting our time. Come on now. We maxed out the essentials, and that's going to be the build. That's going to be the build. We got to max up the interior defense, obviously, the blocking, obviously, and the rebounding. Those are critical to any big man. Obviously, we're going to have those. And looking at our badges, we get finishing. Not bad. 18 finishing, 16 for shooting, 5 playmaking, and 9 defensive rebounding. I would personally love to have more for defensive rebounding. One more would be nice. But believe it or not, you got to put 17 more attribute upgrades into this category just to get one damn badge upgrade. I know it's crazy. I spent like 20 minutes on my stream when I was making this build trying to get one more defensive rebounding badge, but it's damn near impossible. You have to give an arm, leg, head, refrigerator, and a bank statement just to get one more badge point. So don't bother trying. Like I said though, if you guys want to take away a little bit off of finishing, I don't know, maybe you want one more shooting badge or something. I guess you can literally get like one more here. Maybe you want some more playmaking badges. You can do that if you guys please, because we will have a couple extra badges there in finishing. But at the same time, keep in mind, you're gonna lose those 3 badges you could put somewhere. You're gonna lose some post hook just for some one badge in shooting or maybe a couple playmaking badges. Just keep that in mind. I personally think you can't really get much better than these numbers right here. I think this is gonna be the most dominant build you could possibly make. Dominant big man build in general. It's not just for post scorers. It's just a dominant big man build in general, man. You guys are gonna see. Trust me, this thing could do literally everything. Body shape's not gonna affect you guys. I'm going with built. I was kind of stuck between built and burly, but then what made me choose built was the fact that when I get a high enough overall to take off my shirt, this motherfucker's probably fat. So I didn't want him. So I went with built. And height, I'm going 7'3". I'm going 7'3", man. Can't go wrong with 7'3". Some of the benefits of being 7'3" as opposed to a shorter height is you're able to shoot post fades up over people easier. You're able to lay shots up over people easier. You're able to do post hook shots up over people easier. Jeez, almost swallowed my own tongue there. And then, of course, it helps you on shot contests. It makes it easier to get rebounds. Now, a lot of people don't want to go 7'3" because they want more speed and they don't want to lose points towards their 3-point shot. They don't want to lose points to their driving lip. This and that and this and that. If that's you, that's fine. Make your play a little shorter. Go down here 7 foot, whatever. This is not a bad option either. 7'1" is really not too bad. Can't go wrong. But you're going to be a couple inches shorter. So just keep that in mind when you're thinking about what you're going to make. Is it worth losing those inches? That's up to you guys. I'm 7'3". If you want to copy me, I'm 7'3", max weight. Now, there's actually no reason at all not to go max weight. I think you can get one extra acceleration if you go way down. You get one less on your driving dunk if you don't go all the way up here. But of course, if you're going lower weight, you're not going to get this boost to your interior defense. So, and you lose the strength. There's literally no reason. Matter of fact, scratch that, man. Zero. If you go less than 290, don't talk to me. 290 is what you need to make. Wingspan, I'm personally maxing this bad Larry out. This is going to give me a better chance of contesting. It's making it easier for rebounding. And pretty much all the benefits of being taller. That's what Wingspan does for you. All the exact same stuff. You're losing a little bit of post moves. Whatever, man. That's post control. That's not a huge deal. I'm not stressing post moves. You're losing a little bit the mid-range shot and a little bit the 3-point shot. Tough luck, man. It is what it is. Whatever. 3-pointer still decent. 65 and 64. That's what you're looking at for your shooting. You include that in the badges we're about to slap on, your teammate having dimer, you have hot spots, a number of different things, boosts. You're gonna be just fine. We're about to be shooting lights out. We better be shooting lights out. Now you got your takeover. I'm personally gonna go with post-score takeover. This took me a while to decide, honestly, but I kind of finally came to the conclusion that this one is better, especially on the one score, because this year the takeover badge activates on its own. You don't choose when you activate it. So with me, that's kind of an issue. I don't want to have the rim protector badge while I'm on offense, especially if I'm on one. Chances are I'm gonna get hot from scoring. I'm gonna get my takeover probably from dropping some serious buckets on some kids. So chances are, especially if I'm on the ones, I'm probably gonna get rim protector while I'm on offense. Twos is make it take it. I'll probably have rim protector while I'm on offense. The only case and the only mode I play that will actually help me is Pro-Am. Yes, getting hot, I play defense every other possession. This will be a great badge to have. And honestly, I'm hoping, I don't know about this, but I'm hoping you can change your takeovers in between games in the full game. That would be great because I would absolutely use this in Pro-Am. But with that stuff said, though, I'm definitely going to post-score takeover because I can use this on offense. And I play a lot of make-and-take mode, so I plan on staying on offense ideally. So I would like to have this badge. So that's what I'm going with. Yes, we are complete. It's going to give you some bullshit comparisons. I'm not going to lie to you, man. We're an interior force. I'll take that. I would like to be called a post-tandem, but I'll take interior force. It's doable. But look at those similarities, man. Matter of fact, don't look at those. Those are disrespectful. That's just distasteful for them to say something like that. But moving on, we're going into badges. Now, these badges are huge. Once we get past this crazy screen right here, but these badges are absolutely huge on what you want to do with your badges. For those of you that don't know, though, once you hit 95 overall, you can reallocate your badges however you want. Say maybe you gave yourself gold acrobat. You don't want that no more. When you're at 95, you can change that as many times as you want. You can throw that on a different badge, whatever you want to do at that point. So keep that in mind. So this is not going to be set in stone. You can change it once you hit 95, but it will be set in stone until 95. So also, you know what I'm saying? Also keep that in mind. We're going to start with the smaller, different categories first, and we'll get to the big ones. Playmaking badges, post-spin technician, must on gold. Now we have 2 points left. And you're probably thinking, okay, he's going to put on Dream Shake. No, I am not. I personally think this is a pretty worthless badge. I know it, quote-unquote, increases your shot attempt after a fake, you know, an up and under, essentially. And then it also makes people fall with the fakes more. That's going to be against the computers. They're going to fall for fakes more. You know, that helps you none in part. So what good does it do? And then the quote-unquote making your up and unders more effective. Maybe it'll be different this year. I'll give it a try. I'll test it out. I'll try and make a video later in the future when the full game's out and I can actually test it to let you know if this badge is worth it or not. But historically in 2K, that shit doesn't work. Your up and unders do not go anymore. Most of the time, your up and unders are probably going to be open in the first place. The only ones that you would expect it to help you out on is when you do up and unders. Sometimes you get like these leaning weird animations or these kind of like fadeaway jump shot animations as your up and under. It's kind of weird. They're open shots, but if they get a white at all, they automatically miss. So it's like, what's that Hall of Fame badge even doing if those never go in? And then if they're not that hard to green, so I mean they're greenable, but I don't feel like the badge really helps me. So I'm not going with that. I actually feel like Unpluggable is pretty huge. Reducing your chances of getting stripped. You don't want to be getting stripped down low in the paint. That's one of the best ways, the most efficient ways to stop a post score is being able to strip them, especially if you bring a double team, having the guard strip them. That's huge. Have this badge. Hopefully we can reduce that sub. So that's what I'm putting that on. Gold post spin technician, silver Unpluggable. If you guys want to mess with this a little bit, maybe put it somewhere else, feel free to be my guest. The only other thing in here that I think is worthwhile is quick first step. This, I think, could be huge if you're a post scorer that likes to face up, but I don't know how effective it's going to be on the big game. If you face up during that triple threat, this could be huge if it actually makes you faster. Something to think about. Something I'm definitely going to test out in the full game. It's hard to post up against these, or face up against these computers. They play it weird, but real life people play it different. So I'll test that out and let you guys know about that as well. Moving on to the defense badges. Now, it's really going to be hard to balance depending on what game modes you like to play. If you're only playing certain game modes and you leave your badge in one way. But some builds are more effective, you know, in different game modes. I personally play 1s, 2s, and mostly Pro-Am is mostly what I play. So must-have badges for me is definitely going to be Brick Wall. Obviously for the 2s and Pro-Am. I have to have Brick Wall. Critical badge. Now, the problem is I don't need this on 1s. It does me no good. So I'm going to be stuck with this until 95. When I hit 95, I'm going to change my stuff up a little bit. I'm not going to have Brick Wall. I'll put something else on that'll help in the 1s court. But just keep that in mind. You can change your badges later, but it is what it is. On the 1s court, though, post-move lockdown, I definitely want. So I'm going to put 3 on there. And then Intimidator, regardless of what game mode you're playing, you definitely want Intimidator. You definitely want Intimidator. Without a doubt. Now, really my plan pretty much is if I'm playing ones, I'm going to get rid of this. I'll probably throw one on there, two on here, or maybe I won't use box because I don't really think you need a box out on ones as much. I might use pogo stick or maybe rim protected. A few different options. But if I'm playing Pro-Am, I'm definitely getting rid of this. Or two, probably two. I might use post move lockdown twos, but probably not. But Pro-Armor twos, I'm definitely having brick wall and gold, and I'll probably put 2 on rebound chaser, 1 on box, or 3 on rebound chaser, something like that. That's what I'll personally be doing. But as far as making this build for right now, I'm gonna go with this exact badge loadout because I'm probably gonna be playing a lot of ones when the game first drops, and then I'll hit my 95, and then from there I can change it as I want. So this is what I'm going with. But definitely though, Intimidator is a must-have for a big man. Must-have. And if you're playing twos or prone, brick wall is also a must-have. So keep that in mind. Kind of limited on those badges. I really wish we got more because there are some really good badges in here. Unfortunately, we can't get it. But moving on, shooting badges. Now these are huge. These are not just for your jump shots. There's actually a few badges in here that are critical for scoring in the post. Specifically, these 3 in this corner. Right here, automatically, I would have these 3 on Hall of Fame. Maybe this one on gold. But I would definitely have these 2 without a doubt. Without a doubt on Hall of Fame. Deep fades, obviously going to let you shoot fadeaways. This doesn't only affect your deep fadeaways, it also works in really close fadeaways. It's kind of like range extender but for fades. It's going to affect fades, shimmies, post hop shots, and post step backs. Very good badge, must have on Hall of Fame. Deadeye is going to let you make contested fadeaways, pop shots, things of a sort more, as well as help you on your contested jump shots. It's a win-win. Gotta have this badge. Hot Zone Hunter is great. You're going to be more effective in your hot zone, so that is a big one. Range Extender does not affect post moves, so if you guys are interested in knowing that, it does not affect post moves. You would not put this on your player unless you really just want to shoot jump shots better. Slippery Off Ball, I would not put on your center. Ice and Veins, I don't think you need on your player. If you shoot in the corner, you can consider this one. I don't plan on shooting much in the corner. The only time I'm shooting threes is usually off of picking pops or I'm spotting up at the wing, so I'm not going to use this. Hot Start's a decent one to think about using. It'd be good for the ones if you're out there shooting 11 for 11 every game. You can't go wrong with Hot Start because you're going to keep making. Quick Draw. This does affect your post phase. I haven't experimented too much with it. I'll experiment when the full game comes out, but I can see this being useful possibly. Give it a try if you guys want to. Let me know how it works out for you guys. Consider that. Volume Shooter is a great one for post scores as well. You're literally a scorer. You're going to be taking a lot of shots. Cannot go wrong with a badge that increases your attributes for taking more shots. Untitled Scorer, I don't personally feel like it's a need, but if you feel like your player's getting tired and you can't make shots, throw this on if you want. This badge, do not use this badge. Because what it does is you lose your bonus for being open, but it just reduces your penalty for being contested. Don't use this thing, don't touch that thing. Pump Fake Maestro, I wouldn't really mess with. Green Machine does activate on post fade, so if you're greening every time, feel free to try a Green Machine. It'll give you a bigger green window every time you make another green. If you're not playing prone, there's really no need for this badge right here. Flexible Release is not bad either. If you're out there spawning up, you want to be able to make some whites, consider using this badge. But what I'm doing with these last 4 personally is I'm going to throw 2 on catch and shoot and 2 on pick and popper. Kind of be, I might end up mixing up going 1 on pick and popper and 3 on catch and shoot, honestly, because I feel like there's going to be more situations where I might just be catching and shooting, so I might kind of want that kind of a balance. But this is going to make me more versatile in 2s and in Pro-Am, because I'm not going to be just a low post threat. I can run not only the pick and rolls with my teammate, but also the pick and pops, and it makes things a lot better. I can space the floor. You can do a lot more. So that's huge, and that's what I really like about this build, being able to shoot at a decent clip. You're definitely a threat out there, and you can be used accordingly. Now the finishing badges, these ones are interesting. There's a few in here that are absolute musts. Backdown Punisher and Drop Stepper are absolute musts. Can't go wrong with those. I would also personally say Contact Finisher is a must. From there, the only other ones, I wouldn't say anything else is an absolute must, but Pro Touch is borderline a must. I'm personally putting it on Hall of Fame. I think Pro Touch is huge. And now at this point, we have 3 extra attributes. And these are the 3 extras that I was talking about. And I know I'm going to get a lot of questions about a few of these different badges. Relentless Finisher, I don't feel like is necessary. All it does is reduce how much stamina I lose from contact. I'm not too worried about that. This cross key score does not affect, like when you're doing a spin move and doing a layup in the paint. I tested it out, doesn't activate. Giant Slayer doesn't activate if you're the same height. It's only if they're taller than you. So if you're 7'3", no use for this thing right here. Fast Break Finisher, only worthwhile obviously in like Pro-Am or maybe the 3-court. I don't think it's needed in this build. Especially if you make your player 7'3" like me, you're going to be pretty slow. You cannot use this. Putback Boss, I feel like it's a waste of badge points. Fancy Footwork, I don't really think you're going to be using this. This is more for like your slashers. Same thing with Acrobat. There's doing Euro dunks, Euro steps. You're doing hop steps in the paint, spin dunks and layups. That's what those things are going to be for. We're not going to be doing too much of that. Consistent Finisher. I don't plan on fully time and release layups, so I don't think I need that. Slithery Finisher. I want to experiment with this a little bit. I'm not sure how it will affect post play. Might be worth it. I'm not sure. I'll give it some tries and check it out. teardrop, you don't have to do too many floaters. It activates on some posts occasionally, but it's not worth wasting badges in my opinion. If you have these extra 3, you don't want to put them anywhere else. Teardrop is not a terrible choice. You can consider it. Showtime, I don't really think it's needed. Velocity finisher is worthless. Deep hooks is something you can consider throwing these extra 3 on. So deep hooks, definitely. If you want to shoot hook shots, I don't really plan on shooting hook shots, but you can throw this on here if you want to. With our lower hook shot, if you throw this badge on it, it's like you have a good hook shot anyway, though. You know what I'm saying? But pick and roller, I personally think is huge. I'll probably put this on silver. I honestly don't know what I'm doing with these last 3 badges, to be real with you. I'll probably do it like this, and then maybe I'll put bronze. I don't even know. Let's see. Maybe brilliant finish just to conserve some stamina. Showtime, maybe to get some extra takeover and animals and guns. I don't know. I'll experiment with these last 3. I might just throw this on gold. I might honestly leave that on silver, put this on Hall of Fame. So you can kind of experiment with those last 3 how you want. I personally think the must-haves is this one, and Pro Touch on Hall of Fame. I think those are huge. And that's pretty much how I make the build. So that's pretty much it. I know this video was a little bit long for a build video, but there's so much details and it's so in-depth this year, you really don't have a choice but to take a long time to explain the build. There's a lot that goes into it. I wanted to explain to you guys my different thought processes, why I chose to do certain things, instead of just showing you what I do. I'm sure if I just showed you quick screenshots of my final stats and how you can make them, I could have made this video like 5 minutes. But I kind of wanted to break it down for you guys so you guys understand where I was coming from, why I was making my build the way I was making it. Hopefully this video was informative for you guys. I hope you enjoyed. Feel free to leave a like if you did. Seriously, I'd appreciate it. It helps me out so much. Subscribe if you're new, turn on notifications, all that good stuff. Let me know down below in the comments what you guys are making. If you like this build, if this build is doo-doo, I'm going to be using it. I'm going to be playing with it. I'm going to be winning lots of games with it. You guys will regret not making it later. That's okay. That's okay. We can have regrets later. We can have regrets later. Feel free to like the video. Thank you guys for watching. I'll catch y'all later. Peace.